everything you're supposed to become inside of you. That is your gift. I love this verse. It says in 2 Corinthians 9, now he who supplies seed, God never gives you trees. He who supplies what? Seed. God always gives you something with something in it. I'm sure my father used to listen and watch us growing up, 11 of us, and we used to crawl on the floor in Bain Town, dirty floor. He couldn't have imagined he had a boy with 62 books inside of him. God supplies seed. He gave my father a seed. In that seed was a gift. Your child that you gave birth to is really not who you think he or she is. They're carrying something. That's why they're called seeds. The gift is so powerful that it says this in the Bible. Proverbs 18 verse 19. A man's gift makes room for him in the world, and it brings him before great kings. Not him, it brings him. It makes room for him where? In the world. What's the word world? Systems. Listen, the systems want to lock you out. They tell you how far you can go. They stop you from promotion. They hinder you. They even tell you when to retire. They block your advancement. If someone don't like you, you're in trouble. But according to this statement, your gift ignores everybody. It makes room. Even the guy who hates you will come looking for your gift. Every day. Now, every day. There's not been a day that I haven't received an invitation to come speak somewhere on the things I am good at. Every day, including this morning. They come looking for your gift. They pay you to deliver it. They may not like you, but they want what you have. Your gift is so powerful, your enemies come and pay you for it. So let me wrap this up for you. Write this down. The gift of the seed is the tree. When you see a seed, it's carrying a gift. So a mango seed is carrying a gift. What is the gift? A tree. Where's the tree? On the inside. See, I tell you, the future's not outside of you. Here's another one. The gift of the tree is what? It's fruit. Trapped in the tree is also a gift. It's the fruit. It might be important to mention here at this point that trees never eat their own fruit. I told you that your gift is never for you. It's for meeting the needs of someone else. The mango is full of nutrition, vitamins, minerals, all kinds of good, mature, beautiful stuff to keep you alive. And yet the tree eats none of it. Your gift is supposed to supply the needs of other people. Listen, when you go to the mango tree, you never go to the tree for the bark. You don't go to the tree for the leaves. You don't go to the tree for the branches. You don't go to admire the carvings in the tree. What do you go for? One thing. You're going after the fruit. In other words, people are not supposed to be attracted to you because they may not even like you. But if you manifest your gift and you refine it and you sharpen it and you ripen it, I guarantee you they will walk over their pride. Write this down, please. The gift of the leaves of the tree is what? Oxygen. See, everything has a gift in it. The seed got the tree got the fruit, and the leaves got oxygen. God created nothing without a gift in it. And if there were no leaves, we would die. We need the leaves of the tree. If you never find your gift, you are a generational thief. Your gift is your obligation. If your gift is supplying someone, they will personally make sure you are maintained. It's like a tree. If a tree is productive and is giving you fruit, what do? You fertilize it, you put water on it, you prune it. Why? Because you want to keep producing. So if you are delivering your gift and you find it and you are effectively delivering that to your generation, they will finance your maintenance. Swimming is inherent in the fish. Fish never attend swimming lessons. They swim in schools, but they don't swim to school. Maybe God brought this session in your life just to check you, because maybe you are at the end of your rope where you are frustrated and you feel like you ain't making no headway, and maybe you just tired of life and stressed. Some of you may even be considering divorce or getting rid of life, or maybe even committing suicide, and God is saying, hold it, you are loaded. My question is, who are you? Don't ever judge a person the way they are right now. Have you found who you are yet? Your gift is who you are. Don't rob us of who you are. How do you survive when you've been working on a job for 20, 30 years and then they lay you off? And now you're too old to even start a new skill. What do you do when there's not enough to take care of your daily obligations? What do you do when you lose a business? What do you do when nothing seems to work out and you're losing your sanity? What do you do when you have so much stress in your marriage because of financial problems that it's causing you to have difficult time sleeping with your spouse?
Adversity introduces a man to himself.
Most of the time, we're not creative until something bad happens to us. When things fall apart, it makes us think outside the box.
This is not for everyone. This is not for the faint at heart. This is for people who have goals and dreams that they want to achieve.
I'm wondering this morning if there's anybody here that life has handed you something that you didn't expect. The one thing I can tell you for sure is that nothing is for sure.
Inspiring habits.
Life will often disrupt what you expected. See, you don't know what people go through behind the scenes trying to cope with life. That just as soon as you have it down in a nice, neat little box of how you think it's going to go, it will never be what you expected it to be. So you got to get used to being a little disappointed. You got to get used to being a little bit shocked. You got to get used to walking into situations and being flexible and adjustable. Because if you are not flexible, you cannot survive. But I came to tell you this morning that our God is a God of the unexpected. So just because life has shocked you doesn't mean it's shocked God. Nothing takes God by surprise. He already knows what's going on in every corner of your life.
When we have a teeth-rattling experience and the very foundation of our life has been shaken, we run to God, only to discover it is God that's doing the shaking.
In order to develop and to change and to grow, stress is necessary. So you got to be willing to go get it every day. There's a story my father told me. Now I've heard it several different ways, but I'm just telling you the way my daddy gave it to me. He said, son, he said, every morning on the plains of the eastern Serengeti Desert, there arises a gazelle that realizes that he must run faster than the fastest lion, or he will be eaten and he will die that day. On that same desert arises in the morning a lion that realizes that he must run faster than the fastest gazelle, or he will starve and he will die that day. He say, son, the moral of the story is, no matter who you is, when you wake up in the morning, you needs to be running. And he said, no matter who you is, this proper grammar is who you are, but my daddy didn't do that, and I was comfortable with it. And so what he taught me was a work ethic of how to work. In order to get to where you want to go, you got to put yourself under some stress, though. See.
Good evening. Good evening, all. You're welcome to today's market outlook with Great White FX. Thank you for attending. If you can hear me clearly and see my screen, please, can you type in yes? If you can hear me clearly and see my screen, please, can you type in yes? If you can hear me clearly and you can see my screen, please type in yes. Okay. So let's start up. So, as always, I always like to go through this disclaimer. You need to be aware of what you're about to get into. And these are my handles. This is my Telegram handle. This is my Twitter handle. This is my IG handle. And this is my YouTube channel. The YouTube channel is Plan Your Trade, Trade Your Plan. This video explains my charts. If you're listening to this video, you could get the chart from, if you're not a member of the Telegram group, you can get the chart from my Instagram page. So, and the video is always on the YouTube channel. So you could go there, watch it on the YouTube channel. And we appreciate your likes, your shares, and your follow on either our IG or our YouTube channel. So thank you all again. So let's get down to business for today. So our business for today, we're going to start off with tomorrow. There's so many high impact news tomorrow. Tomorrow is Friday. As always, we'll start with the economic calendar to give us an idea of what we'll be expecting in the market. So let me see. Tomorrow, let me see. 5th. Tomorrow is 6th of September. By 1:30 is when all the fireworks will start. As 1:30, then all the fireworks and parties going to start. We have Canadian unemployment change, unemployment rate, and Canadian employment change, Canadian unemployment rate, US average hourly earnings, non-farm employment change, and unemployment rate. Then by 5:30 p.m. Okay. Oh, now whenever you see any Fed chairman, or any bank chairman, like Bank of England, Republic Bank of Australia, BOE Bank of England, BOJ Bank of Japan, and BOC Bank of Canada. If you ever find out that on any event and they're going to speak, if you check the event and you find out audience questions expected, that's whatever it is, it's going to carry fireworks, because most people will be listening to his response to the questions, and that can create fireworks. So you need to be careful of that. And moreover, tomorrow is Friday. You don't want to give back all the money you've made throughout the week. You don't want to do that. So you can just reduce your positions as we enter Friday. So as always, we're going to start off with daily. We're going to start off as always with the dollar index. We start off with the daily view. So looking at the dollar index, you can see it came into this area and bounced. So now what does that imply? Like, most times my analysis are for intraday to short term, that's a day or two. So if we look at this is the point at which the dollar index bounced from. So now the storyline here is this. This shaded zone, as long as the dollar index does not go above it, there exists a potential it may drop further. This might just be a bounce. But on the other hand, a close above this zone. So we'll be looking at a close above 98.54. Once you get the close above 98.54 and the retest and it holds as support, there's a great possibility price. As you can see, if you look into this area, you see when price hits that area, it dropped. So now should price close back above it, and that means you might be seeing price come up to either this level or test this high. So that's it for the dollar index. But bear in mind, we have non-farm payroll tomorrow. So the next pair we'll be looking at is gold. So looking at gold on the daily chart. Well, gold on the daily, this is a very, very strong bearish engulfing. Very, very strong. And there's something here. If you look at this high, price spiked it and dropped. Now the question is, if you switch to your line chart, is what you call a quasi M formation, a quasi double top. What does this mean now? The deal now is this area here is called an apex or nadir. If price closes below it and that area comes in at 1517.94, a close below it will send price lower. But if price does not close above it, then we might see a pullback. So how do we trade this intraday? That's what we have here. That's where price, let me see if I have the same level, 1517.94. 1517. Somewhere here. So it's still within the same area. So once price is able to close above it, there's a potential that it might rally up to probably test here. But as long as it stays below this 1539.69 area, that's this area, as long as price stays below here, it has the potential to still go lower. So that's it for gold. But for now, looking at it on the daily, we might say we're looking at a bearish drive. But you just need to watch and find out, because tomorrow is not farm payroll. Probably those that have been buying have taken profit. And if the dollar doesn't come out positive tomorrow, they might cancel this out. So you just need to be aware of that. The next part we're looking at is the GBP CHF. So USD CHF. So looking at the USD CHF, you see it dropped. Now this is a bullish close on the daily, and this is what you call a bullish piercing pattern. So what does that mean? That there's a possibility of further up move on the USD CHF tomorrow. So how can you trade that intraday? The storyline now is that for it to continue bullish, price needs to go above 98.73 as this level here. Price needs to go above this level here. If price is able to go above it, then you might see further bullish move. But if price doesn't close, that's what do I mean by move? You need to see a close and retest. Let me see, something like this. Price will close, pull back, and then move away. So that's what you need to see here. That's what you need to see here to confirm further move. If not, you might see a retest of this area. So the next pair we'll be looking at is Euro USD. So looking at the Euro USD on the daily closed with a pin bar. It closed after running into was a little position here. You see this area? If you switch to your line chart, that's when it becomes very clear. It comes in somewhere here. Excuse me. Comes in. No. Comes in somewhere around here. So if you go back to your candles, that's where he had this challenge here. So if we look at it, that's what we have shaded here. So now the storyline is this. Let me get rid of this. Get rid of this now. So the storyline is this. Price, as long as price stays above this green area here, that's this shaded area here, that is between 1.1027 to 1.1016, it still has the potential to run up. It still has the potential. If you remember what I said yesterday, I said that when price closed above that, as long as price does not go below 1.1023, it would move up. And what did they do? They broke, retested, and took off. So now maybe they are coming here to test it the second time before they go. But a close below 1.1016 will signal down bearish continuation on the Euro USD. So you need to bear in mind that this is a buffer zone. This is a buffer zone on this pair. This zone will decide the fate of the bears and the bulls tomorrow, whoever has the upper hand. So the next pair we'll be looking at is Euro GBP. And at the Euro GBP has closed below this level. You can see it dropped. But where it is now, this is a bearish close. But where it is now, there is a potential it may bounce from there. So let's go to the Euro GBP on the intraday. So now the storyline is once it closes back above 0.8966, that's here. As you can see, I've denoted it by this arrow. A close above this area will definitely see price move higher. But a close below this level, what do I mean by a close? A proper close, because there's one thing with this pair. This pair is a slippery pair. It doesn't always move straight. It can play, it sometimes can just give a hook, and as you can see here, created an up move and then drop. So it might create a false break here and power back up. So you need to be careful with it. Most Euro pairs, they have that habit. So you need to be careful. So it is at a support structure, and there is this potential that it might continue up. So you wait for a close back above 89.66. So the next pair we'll be looking at is GBP USD. Looking at the GBP USD, this pair is clearly bullish for now. Clearly bullish for now. There is no gainsaying it. It's clearly bullish for now. As long as it stays above 1.2289. As long as he stays above here, he's most likely moving high. So how is it looking on the intraday chart? The same thing. Took out this zone, took out this zone. So this area will then become a pure support zone to us. So it might serve as support should price come down, and so also will this area. This area will serve as support to us. So now as long as price stays above these two areas, it has a potential to move higher. So that's just it. So you just be waiting for a little dip and they move higher. But should price go below this level, that's below let me see, let me make this a bit thicker. Should price go below 1.2270, it might go lower. As you can see, price broke here. Do you see the retest? This is the retest before moving higher. It hasn't done the retest on this zone, so it might be deep then move back up, because the Euro GBP controls, the Euro GBP is a cross variant. Whoever is bullish on the Euro GBP, if the Euro GBP is bullish, you have strong Euro and a weak pound. Most pound pairs will be on the bearish side. But if you have a bearish Euro GBP, that means you have a weak Euro and a strong pound. Most pound pairs will be very bullish. So now the Euro GBP is in a downtrend, but he's at a support structure. If that support structure is not broken, you might see a bounce, which invariably will result in a slightly weak pound tomorrow. So you need to be aware of that. So the next pair we're looking at is a pound CHF. Looking at the pound CHF, somebody says they can't hear anything. If you can hear me clearly, please type in yes. If you can hear me, please type in yes. If you can hear me clearly and see my chat, please type in yes. If you can hear me clearly and see my chat, please type in yes. Okay, so the person saying he can't hear anything, you might need to disconnect and reconnect back. Thank you. So let's continue. So looking at this pair is the second bullish close on the daily. And see, this was a bearish formation yesterday, and it took off. So now the storyline is this is its own area. As long as it stays above this zone on the daily, it's going to keep moving. So how is that looking out on the intraday chart? On the intraday chart, well, that's also the same thing. You might see a bit of a pullback. As you can see, this trend line that ran from here, you see this trend line, it has been broken. It hasn't been retested. So you might see a little bit of drop and then a move back or a straight move up on the pair. That's just what you might see tomorrow. That's what you might just see tomorrow. Hello? So the next pair we'll be looking at is US pound dollar yen. Looking at the dollar yen is bullish. The dollar yen is bullish. As you can see, he has broken out of this range. If you notice here, that range has been caused by, you see this big bullish candle, except with the false break here. That means invariably they're going up and it's going to be hard. They're already having resistance here. So what might happen is you might see a bit of pullback and they move up. So how do you play that on the intraday? Same thing. It might just come down to test 106.80 and then take off because there's nothing going to stop it again. Except it is going to play a false break to the top side again, then it will then fall back in. But if that does not happen, it's going to continue moving higher. So the next pair we're looking at is Euro Yen. The Euro Yen has already done his own. He has already created a false move to the downside. So now, most likely, this is a bullish close, but he had the rejection from this area. That's what happened here. So he might just pull back a bit. Because if you look clearly, this 117.88 has acted as kind of support here. There was resistance here. So now that price has broken above, you might see a bit of a pullback and then a move back up. So that's what you're expecting here. But if it goes below here, closes below here, retests and gets rejected, then you might see it go lower. But you might say that the Euro Yen is moving to the top side, broken out of this range. So the next pair we're looking at is a pound yen. So looking at the pound yen, it's also bullish, but he's at the structure area. He's at the structure area. And at the structure area, excuse me, he's at the structure area here. That's where he has gotten into. So now this will be a bit of a challenge for him. I see this will create a bit of a challenge for him. So might see a little bit of dip if it dips to this area. Or you might see a dip this low. Because this is what you call an apex or I call it a neckline. You see, it's like a W formation. Do you see it? This one is not very clear, but it's a W formation. So most times they come back to test it. Once they test it and it holds, then you're going to barrel up. So that's what I said. It may come down to 130.70. Might come down to here, 130.70, or it may come down to this area and then take off again. So that's it for the pound yen. The next pair we're looking at is the AUD-USD. The AUD-USD seems to be about to break his range, third day solid bullish close. So might be seeing a bit of a move here, but that is if he closes back above this zone. Because this has been a range, a weekly range for 5 weeks. So the next pair, look at it from the daily, is at an area now. So if he doesn't close above here, you might see a drop. But the baseline here is 0.6795. As long as this 0.6795 holds, there's a potential it will still go up. So the next pair is the Euro AUD. Looking at the Euro AUD from the daily point of view, bearish but small bodied, which means you might see a bit of a pullback and a move lower. It seems to be trying to range, as you can see, trying to just consolidate in here. So you have this is the upper range, this is the lower range. As long as it stays between these two areas, it's going to range. But a break either of the top range or the lower range will decide the next move. But bear in mind, there's a trend line coming all the way from down here. This trend line coming all the way from down here, and that trend line is at this area. So you need to be aware of that. So the next one we're looking at is the GBP AUD. So let's see how the GBP AUD looks like from the daily view. So the GBP AUD now is in a kind of zone. There's a zone. If he closes above 180.95, he's going to move higher. But if he closes below 180.52, then you might see him drop lower. You might see it drop lower on this pair. So as you can see, it tested here, dropped, found support here, and moved up. But the bottom line, if you ask me, is as long as it stays above this last line here of defense, there's a possibility he might still move higher. So the next pair is the USD card. So looking at the USD card from the daily point of view, this is where the USD card is, as in this zone. So there's a possibility that this man might be moving back to the top side. That's just it. This zone. Except he closes below 1.3185. That's this area here. 1.3185. If he doesn't close below there, he's going to bounce up back. No, he might just try to tag this zone here. So, but if he does not go below 1.31, that's 31.85, 31.86, you might see it try to retest this top area. So that is it for this pair. Remember what I said. That's it for today's daily market outlook. This is my Telegram handle. This is my Twitter handle. This is my Instagram handle. And this is my YouTube channel. This video will be found on the YouTube channel. The charts that you've seen will be posted on the Instagram channel. So you could go to the my Instagram page and get the charts. And if you need to rewatch the video, you go to the YouTube page to check it out. Or if you're in the Telegram channel, you can easily get across to it. And the link to the Telegram channel, for those not in the Telegram channel, is on my Instagram page. So if you go to my Instagram page, which is our Great White FX, the link that will take you directly to join the Telegram group is there. So, and remember, registration for the 6 weeks training course is still ongoing. It's still ongoing. In case you have anybody who might need the training is still ongoing. So you could, excuse me, the training is still ongoing. So it's a 6 week training course for beginners, intermediate, and advanced. So registration is still ongoing for the next class that will be starting in September. So if you're still interested, or you know somebody that might be interested, you might pass the message across to them. So I thank you all once again for taking your time to attend today's market review, and wish you all a beautiful trading day in advance tomorrow. Do not forget, we have non-farm payroll tomorrow. So if you can't take the heat, take a walk and enjoy what you've made throughout the week. Thank you all and good night.